Hello, welcome, greetings, howdy. Glad you're here. This is English 10B Unit 6, Audio Vocabulary Lecture number 2, with myself, Miss Amador. Okay, so let's get started. You will need your student activity workbook, your SAW, and as always, read along with me. We're on page 28. We're looking at more vocabulary, so key vocabulary. Number 2, so we're skipping number 1. Number 2 is intervened. Intervened. This is a common word, so you may have heard it before. Definition is came between. We can find it in the reading on page 140 in our textbook. The sample sentence reads, the playground supervisor intervened just as the second grade student grabbed the arm of the kindergartner because he felt that he had been waiting long enough. So long sentence. It looks like what we used to call coachy, the teacher on the playground who would intervene when students were, arguing or getting into a fight. So I like visuals. I'm a very visual learner. I'm going to ask you in class what type of learner I am to see if you've watched this video. We see the picture on the left. Who would we say looks like they're intervening? Person on the left, this guy, girl in the middle with this purple sweater, or on the right. Obviously, the person who's intervening is in purple. Now, on the right-hand side, I'm not sure if this guy right here is trying to intervene or if someone needs to intervene. Someone needs to come in between these two players on the soccer field. So that might be a common sight if you watch soccer. We always need the referee to intervene. So page 28, again, we're on the next word. We're skipping 3, 4, and 5, and we're on number 6, which is, pardon me, it's not on there. Let's put it on there. The word is elude, which means escape or avoid. Okay? The sentence, Tito, the family Chihuahua, tried to elude his owners as they put a leash on him, but he was unsuccessful. They grabbed him just as he was about to get away. So the Chihuahua, Tito, tried to escape or tried to avoid his owners putting on the leash. But you would think he'd want to go for a walk, but they just don't like to sit there as you hook it onto their collar. So in the picture here, I have elude. The sentence says, I was trying to find the meaning the poet had in mind, but it eluded me. I like here that it brings out that the definition escape can be referring to either physically or mentally. So in this picture, this would not be mentally, but physically, that he was trying to elude the other player tackling him. So on page 29, and this is interactive because you need a pencil or a pen. The directions read, for each of the following items, think about the meaning of the italicized word and then answer the question. So we're going to skip 1, 2, and 3. Number 4 reads, if your parent intervened in an argument between you and your sister, how would you feel? So this probably doesn't look like you, this doesn't look like your sibling, and it doesn't look like your mom. But it's a visual to get you to think, well, how would you feel if your mom was coming in between you and your sibling or a friend getting into a fight? Well, sample answer, I would be happy since they would settle the argument. ... Hopefully your parents have good skills in trying to find peace when you or others in your family are getting into an argument. We always want the problem solver. We want peace. That is the answer. You may have another answer similar to this, but just make sure you write it down on page 29 on the lines given for number 4. So on the same page, number 5, why might a person try to elude someone? So elude, again means to escape or to avoid. So why would someone try to escape or avoid someone? Well, when I heard this word, I thought of when the street sweeper comes by and maybe you just didn't make it out in time and the street sweeper went around your car, and that would mean you're going to get a big fat $50 ticket. Well, if the ticket person wasn't right behind the street sweeper, maybe you have time to elude them and run out to your car in your pajamas, get in it, and drive away. Have I done that? Never. Just kidding, I may have once or twice. In any case, why would I want to do that? Well, I would try to avoid someone finding me, the ticket person, so I wouldn't get a ticket. Well, that might not be the best example, but it's one that came up in my head and maybe it'll stick in yours. So, example answer would be, the person does not want to be seen by someone who is searching for him or her. Okay? So that would be why someone would avoid someone. You just don't want to be found by that person. And that is the answer. Make sure you write it down. Okay, we're now going to jump ahead to page 48. As I turn to page 48, you should be doing the same. So on the top, we see more vocabulary. Number 1, incredulity, which means unwillingness to believe. My brother's incredulity at school is consistent with his behavior at home. My mother says that maybe he'll grow up to be a scientist and conduct his own research, but until then, he should respect his elders. So I have a series of pictures here. Someone who looks like they're doubting whatever explanation is given to them. They're not believing it, not buying it, unwilling to believe. Number 2, so in this scenario, it looks like this man here sees a UFO, but he's just open mouth, jaw dropped, because he is unwilling to believe what he is seeing. And this is kind of making me think of the sample sentence of the brother that he's unwilling to believe, maybe his school teacher. We see someone at the front giving a speech, and then they're yelling, "Think for yourself," and then someone in the crowd, "Make me." Not buying what he's being told. Okay, so maybe a little stubbornness or just unwillingness to believe what is being said. Okay, also on the same page, number 2, irascible, meaning quick-tempered. So not a common word. I think you might find these pictures helpful. Quick-tempered, you've heard of road rage. Well, let's go ahead and read the sentence. It says, irascible drivers have no place on the streets of Los Angeles. Someone neglected to discourage this childish behavior, and now they are making the roads unsafe. Basically saying whoever taught these people how to drive and remain calm even when others cut you off or drive a little too close to you, just not to have this childish behavior and honk your horn uncontrollably, or as we see here, just yell out a bunch of words or just get so upset, because that's really not good for your health. That's my opinion. So irascible, easily angered, always on the boil, like eggs on a stove. I love that little simile in there. Bumping to tunes of heat under them. Are you an irascible soul? Hopefully not. Okay, so this is interactive, which means you need your pen or pencil out and you're going to fill out the page with me. Okay, so changing the format of the screen so you see what I'm doing. Going to page 48, we see the word incredulity. So you're going to write that word in there. Okay, part of speech and definition, it's a noun. And then the word right above on the top of page 48, the definition, unwillingness to believe. Okay, sentence from context and page. So it's on page 525. And the quote is okay, so it looks like it starts in the middle here. The look of incredulity mixed with hatred that came over the face of the particular ... We're just not going to finish that. It's really long, and I feel like you would get more out of your own sentence. Okay, so, think for a minute what could be your own sentence, and you can list it there. So, the sentence here given in the instruction manual: the abused stray dog gave the friendly man a look of incredulity, but when the man set a stake on the ground for the dog, he wagged his tail and slowly approached the man. So at first it looked like the dog wasn't going to be believing or trusting of this man until the man set out a stake for the dog. And so maybe trust was going to come along with a little bit of the treat. Okay, so you can write your own sentence there. You could always pause and give yourself a moment. So the synonyms, if you went to Thesaurus.com, you can get doubt, skepticism. Maybe you've heard of someone being a skeptical person. They don't believe anything they hear. Some antonyms. We can add even gullibility. Someone gullible believes everything they hear. Discernment. So not having discernment is kind of weighing out for themselves whether to believe something or not. Okay, so your own definition. I'm going to write not trusting. Okay, related words: incredulous and incredulously. And cartoon or doodle, maybe you could even put the picture of the emoji that looks doubtful. Okay? Just make sure that's filled out. I'm going to be checking your work. Okay, so the next one, on page 49, our word is going to be irascible. Okay. Part of the speech, adjective, and it is, or it means, quick-tempered. Sentence from context and page. It's going to be from page 527. And it looks like it reads, nobody knew exactly what was the matter with him, but whatever it was, it made him irascible. So, put him in a pretty bad mood if we can remember the picture of the guy yelling out foul language out of his car because of the road rage. Your own sentence. Okay, so you could think of your own sentence using this word. So again, meaning quick, very, very upset. So a synonym, meaning the same thing, cranky. Antonym, could be cheerful. That's the opposite. Okay. Your own definition, you can do on your own. Related words, I'll go ahead and put it down here for you. You can also find that on dictionary.com or Thesaurus.com. Go ahead and finish that up. And then that is it for the vocabulary. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Again, you can back this up, watch it as many times as you would like. And thank you.